Today I'm fishing a massive dam on the river in search of some giant fish. Oh, we're hooked up. Oh, that was sick. Oh, we're on. Oh, we're on. Oh, we're hooked up. Oh, we're on. Oh, we're hooked up. Some of my biggest spotted bass on the river today. Oh my God. That could possibly be a new PB. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're out here, and today we are currently on the Chattahoochee River early morning, and we are in search for some giant topwater fish. So I have a ton of rods tied up. I think I have about 8 of them on the deck right now. Different tactics, different techniques, and today hopefully one of them will catch us a big fish. But also today's video is sponsored by Deep Dive. So if you guys have never heard of Deep Dive, it is basically an app that you download onto your phone, and it shows you a ton of information about fishing. So right here we have the Deep Dive app, and this is a very cool little app and tool that you can pull out and use while you're fishing. And today it is going to help us get on some big fish. As you guys can tell, we are starting at the dam this morning. And one of my favorite features on the Deep Dive app when I'm fishing the river is the water inflow points, because not only is the river one big inflow point, but also the river has a ton of water inflow points scattered around creeks, which basically shows you where the areas are that are pushing out water. So right here, as you guys can tell, there is a lot of little dots, a lot of little creeks. And basically what this does is it pushes out fresh water. So like if it's rained, it'll push out some water, and also is a perfect place for bait fish to get pushed out, or little microorganisms to get pushed out. You got bluegill coming up and eating them, and then you got bass coming up and eating them. But the cool thing about Deep Dive is it actually shows you on the map where these inflow points are, and it also has different colors depending on how hard it is pushing out. So as you guys can tell, there is a ton of them on the lake and the river, and these are perfect spots to target whenever you are looking for some big fish. But not only is there just the water inflow points, there's also the best areas tab, which will basically show you the best areas of the place you're fishing. And there's also the wind effect feature, which is also very important when you're out fishing. But this app is loaded full of everything that you should need to catch some fish. And the cool thing is there is a 1-week free trial, so you guys can test all this stuff out for yourself and catch more fish. So like I said, we're starting off at the dam this morning, which is a great place because there is just a ton of bait that gets pushed out right here, and there's just fish here pretty much 24/7. So I'm hoping things go good this morning and we get some big topwater blow-ups. All right, the first bait that we're gonna pick up this morning is a topwater bait, because early morning and right here at the dam, this bait right here could get us a really big bite. This thing is very loud, very obnoxious, and big fish just seem to love this bait. Puts off a lot of action, a lot of noise, and early morning this thing could be the big fish catcher. Which I was looking around on live scope when I first dumped it in, and there's a ton of fish. I've been seeing a bunch of them blow up, so maybe, just maybe, we'll get a big topwater bite. Good thing about those whopper ploppers, you can sling this thing, so get to cover a lot of water with it. Hoping that there's a big one around. There's got to be one that wants a topwater bait. Like, all that is fish. That one's a big one too. Just don't know if they're gonna come up for this. They're in about 8 foot of water. I might have to throw a crankbait on them fish. See what we can do with that. Oh, got a follower. 2 followers. 3 or 4 followers. All right, they might eat this crank. I might need to slow it down just a bit. Ooh, we're on. Oh, we're on. I was like, we're on. There we go. Oh gosh, crankbait almost to the head. Well, nothing crazy. Little spotted bass right at the boat. Came up and crushed the crankbait. I was throwing topwater, then I saw them kind of suspended. I was like, yeah, I'll pick up the square bill. It'll be right there in their face, and maybe I can get one to eat. And there we go. Nice little guy. Hopefully gonna upgrade, but first fish of the day right here at the biggest water inflow point that you can get. Nice little dam. Thanks, buddy. See ya. All right, well, that's a good sign. It's always nice to know where some fish are. I really want to stick to topwater, but I just don't know if I'm gonna be able to get them to fully come up for it. Might not get as many bites as this crankbait, but if it gets a bite, it's gonna be a nice fish. Just looking on live scope, like there's just a ton of them sitting right out here. Oh, one just literally blew up right there. Got ourselves a little water inflow point coming up right here. Hopefully with some fish around it. I see bait popping, which is a good sign, which means they should be here, but this spot right here is fished pretty hard throughout the year. So it might just be one of those areas where the fish are a little pickier. But I mean, they are here. I see them on live scope. Just getting one to come up and commit to a topwater that was probably seen a million times is going to be a little tough, but in the right area, maybe can get one too. Oh, we're hooked up. I didn't even see it. I was looking at live scope. We're on topwater bite, baby. Get up here, buddy. Get up here, buddy. Get up here. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Well, right there, the whopper plopper claims its first fish of the day. A beautiful little largemouth. Not the size we're looking for, but hey, he's one step closer to getting that big bite right here up at the dam, the water inflow point. And he was stacked up on the rocks. I mean, I looked down at live scope, see how deep it was, and boom, we were hooked up. Didn't even see the blow up, but I'm pretty sure he crushed it because all I felt was just dead weight on the other side. Might be small, but man, do they fight extremely hard. We're gonna get him back and keep casting. All right, buddy, see you later. Whoop. So this spot right here always holds fish, but getting them to eat is sometimes kind of tricky. It's actually surprising that fish ate the whopper plopper. It's not that the whopper plopper doesn't get bites, but it's because these fish have seen it so many times. But right here, literally one just moved. So we're on a juicy little area right here. We're gonna keep at it, keep casting the topwater bait, and then we're just gonna keep cruising down that bank line over there and hope for a big bite because there's a lot of structure on that other side. We're just in a perfect area right now. We have the dam pumping out some water, and then you have rocks, you have timber, you have shallow water, which is perfect for a topwater. So we're in a good little spot. So we just caught that fish on these rocks, and I literally can see bait fish getting chased right after. So they're obviously here. Any chance you can catch one on topwater though is just a magical moment. You just gotta love it. Oh my God, why did I swing so hard? Jeez, probably scared him on my attempted hook set. I mean, there's just fish all around me right now. Just gotta find the ones. Oh my God, you just gotta find the ones I want to eat, like that one. Jeez, he crushed it. Wow. Get up here. Dude, he hammered it. See, this right here is why the river is just one of my favorite places to fish. It's very easy to predict where the fish are. I mean, right there, casted up on those rocks. It's a perfect, ideal spot for a fish like this to be sitting up there feeding off of. And this fish looks small, but he absolutely crushed the whopper plopper. I mean, fully just put some power into my rod. I felt him hit this thing. They might be small, but they are so used to fighting this crazy current that comes out of the dam, which basically is that big water inflow point. And it just pushes all that bait, everything. And these fish just survive and thrive in this stuff. Appreciate you, buddy. Whoop. And he's off. I mean, that was just an ideal spot for a bass to be sitting. In between all them rocks, I mean, what more could you want? I'm not sure if anything will come up and eat this, but if it does, it's definitely gonna be a big fish. We got this big old shad bait. I think I'm gonna give it a few casts here against this rock wall. See if anything's hanging up there. Let's see, this could not work, or it could. I have no idea. We're gonna put some bait fuel in this pack right here, put it on the hard bait. We're gonna see if we can't maybe get this thing some scent, because they follow it, but they nose off of it. They're very interested in it. They want it, but they're nosing off last second. So maybe if we put a little bit of this on there, it'll make it where they can't resist. There's nothing I could have done there. He just missed it. I mean, he came in, it was kind of an odd angle for the bait and the fish, and I mean, he had it right by the tail pretty much. I mean, he was right there next to it. He was just sitting on a rock. Like, there's just places that they're there. Oh, big one, big one. Oh gosh, that's a bowfin. Do I want to catch that? I probably don't want to catch that. Yeah. Oh my God, that thing was huge. I do not want to catch that. This is a $50 bait. I do not want to lose it. If he eats it again, then, you know, so be it. Oh, oh, oh. I don't even have a net. This is probably a bad idea. I probably should not catch this fish, but I just know he would put up a good fight. That was a big bowfin. Oh, he's after it. That's crazy. I don't know why, but something about these big swim baits just draws me into them. It's kind of a patience game for sure, but once you get a follow, it's addicting, and we've had a lot. We've had a few on live scope, and we've had a few follow up on some like rocks and stuff. So there's some big fish. I can't put it down for some reason. I really want to catch at least one fish on this thing, but I feel like if we are looking for that big bite, that bait right there is going to be the one to do it. So we're going to keep casting around and hope for the best. Oh, oh, oh my God. Don't look at it like that. You look away. No, stop looking at it. Eyes up here, mister. No, 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 no. You are not taking my swim bait. You almost can catch an owl, but a fish just decides it don't want it. Seeing an owl that close is very cool. Seeing them come at your bait, not so much. So there's multiple things you have to watch out for apparently when you swim bait fish. That's birds, owls, alligators, fish with sharp teeth like the bowfin. I mean, dude, we're just, everything wants it but a fish. Alrighty, next spot. Let's see what we can do. Alright, we're gonna grab a 10-inch Mondo worm. See if maybe that'll get us a bigger bite, bigger plastic. The water's surprisingly clean, so I think this will do really well. Oh, there's one. We're hooked up. We're hooked up. Really? Really? That's what eats the 10-inch worm. Gosh. Just what you say, I'm gonna upsize. See if I can catch a bigger one. That's what happens. The worm is about the same size. If it actually is longer, I think. Well, thanks, buddy. It is a fish, but it's just, it makes no sense. Like, there are so many small fish out here, you would think you would find a big one. And especially whenever you upsize like this, like, what is going on? Well, this morning, the swim bait and the topwater bait was getting a lot of action. But, you know, as that sun comes up, that bite window closes. So we were still throwing the swim bait for a while, threw the crankbait a little bit, and I'm just not really feeling them, you know. I think we're probably going to toss around the worm here for a little while and see if we can't maybe pull some off a structure. And hopefully a big one is hiding somewhere up in there and we can get on the board with a nice fish, because I don't know if topwater and the swim bait is going to be the move today. Started off good this morning, but once it gets hot, I mean, you can kind of kiss those bites goodbye. Well, it is currently 10:17. It is hot as crap, so I think that the fish are about like me. Once that morning is over, I'm pretty much, you know, wrapping it up. So I think that they agree. Once that morning bite is gone, it is gone. Oh, we're on. There we go. Spinnerbait. There we go. Oh, not a bad one. Oh, I was just thinking I'm going to cut the spinnerbait off and tie something else up. And then boom. Nice spotted bass. Wow. That's a good one. Look at that. All right, well, it got slow, but now we have a new biggest fish of the day. Little butterball, man. Look at that. These things are so aggressive. I mean, he literally smacked the spinnerbait, but we're going to get him back and we're going to keep casting and hope to keep adding to our total of fish today. But we'll take it. Not what we're really looking for, but hey, he is a fish. It is a big fish. Technically, these spotted bass, this is probably about the size that you want to catch. They do get bigger, but this is actually a pretty solid fish, and they're on the moving bait bite, so maybe we'll figure something out here, but it's been very slow. But thankfully, this fish just ate the spinnerbait. Well, like I've said, it's been slow. I don't know why. I think it's the summer heat. Seems like in the morning times things are really good, and then that summer heat comes into play, that sun comes out, and the fish just disappear. And honestly, I like to do the same thing whenever the sun comes out, so that's probably why it's a little tougher, but we might have just stumbled upon a little bite here. Look at that, done bent the spinnerbait out. That's how you know that he crushed that thing. There's another one. Oh, I had one. Yeah, I decided to come over here in the shade. I just felt like it was better for me and the fish. And I usually don't really fish on this side. And I was like, you know, the other side's not really doing too hot. Let's make a move and see what happens. So I'm hoping it's gonna pay off. So the good thing about the spinnerbait is it has a nice color, but also these blades flash and put off that vibration. And them little spotted bass just cannot resist. So it's a good little bait to chunk around, especially when the water's a little bit muddy. It was cleaner up by the dam, surprisingly, but pretty muddy down here. Oh, that was sick. That was sick. God, that's a decent one. Stay on, buddy. Woo, that was a crazy eat. Wow, that was a wild bite. Get up here. Oh my God, what a spotted bass. Wow, goodness. Look at that thing. Well, right there, another spotted bass. Gorgeous fish. I mean, just look at the colors on these things. They are super fat, super healthy, super chunky, and they are just so mean. I mean, threw the spinnerbait up there. As soon as it hit the water, I started reeling it. He just smashed it. Beautiful fish. They're just so green. They definitely have their summer colors on, and they are very aggressive. I think it was a good call swapping to the shaded side, because these guys right here are sitting on the rocks and they're just picking the spinnerbait off. But like I said, beautiful fish. We're gonna get him back and keep casting in there and trying to find another one. But man, that is a nice spotted bass, chunky little guy, and he put up an amazing fight. Spinnerbait has just been getting it done. Like I said, it's a perfect bait to toss out there. It's got some blades, makes it flashy. They can feel the vibration. And as soon as this thing is hitting the water, they are crushing it. Yeah, usually on these rocks, there's a lot of shad that hang around. So they have just been basically swimming around as I throw the spinnerbait up in there. And the fish are just waiting there to pick them off. Give us a new paddle tail for our spinnerbaits. I like to keep my spinnerbaits very simple. Anything with white, that's what I go with. Just very shad looking, works in every water clarity. I mean, you just can't beat it. I mean, just look at that little thing, a little snack piece. We got some structure in front of us too. This could be good. There's one. Oh, we just smacked it. Oh, he came off the tree and ate it. That was crazy. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's a good fish. Why have I found some decent ones? What the heck is going on? Is that a largie or a spot? I think that's a largie. Oh my gosh. Dude, where are they coming from? Oh, this is insane. I think I'm figuring something out here. Wow. We got another fish. I snagged the spinnerbait on this like little limb, pulled it off, and he came up and just smoked it. Well, there we go. Another fish. We actually have ourselves a pretty decent sized largie. A lot better than the one that we caught this morning. Check them out, super green. Like I said, they're just very healthy. They're very fired up when they hit the spinnerbait. I mean, they are going in for the kill and they are crushing it. And they put up an amazing fight. I mean, these fish don't look massive. I know they're not like a 5-6 pounder, but these fish fight the current all the time. So they just know how to pull and fight. So even if you hook a small fish, they put up an amazing fight, and this fish crushed the spinnerbait, and it was a pretty cool little bite. Got it snagged on a little twig. Got a little one of these actions. He came up and just crushed it. Thank you, little largie. Whoop. Well, like I said, it was slow. It was very slow, but it seems like we're stumbling upon a little bite here, and it's all surrounded by the old spinnerbait right here. Just can't beat it. Love me a good little spinnerbait bite. So it's honestly a lure I forget about, and I feel like it's easy to forget about because everybody throws it. So you're like, these fish have probably seen it a million different times, but you put it in the right one's face, they just can't resist this thing. So we're gonna keep tossing it, keep getting bit, and hopefully find a bigger fish. Absolutely insane. Wow, We started off this morning with the smallest little fish, and now we're actually getting some decent eats. And see, the thing is, that fish did not even look that big when it hit. But whenever they start fighting, I mean, look, they're just bending out my spinnerbait. It's exactly what you want, though, whenever they're hitting it as hard as they are. Heck yeah, man, that is so sick. We got a little water inflow point coming in up here. It's like a little waterfall. Which could be perfect to like oxygenate the water for these fish. So it could be like real nice area, plus that bait fish eating whatever falls out of it. So there should be a fish around here. Oh, we're on. Oh, he rolled on it. Oh my God. I thought I got bit and then he came back for it. He just hit it. Oh, he had it. Oh my God. He picked it up when I just dropped it like that. It was a little too close to the boat to keep reeling it. It was a little bass. Dude, there's so much fish hanging right here on this water inflow point. Oh, we're hooked up. We're on. Just saw my spinnerbait blades just disappear. That's funny. Well, not the size we were looking for, but hey, we'll take it. We done caught a few decent spotted bass, but I mean, I just think that the best way to catch a big one is probably early morning on topwater. When it gets hot like this, probably the only fish that is cruising shallows are the tiny little guys. Thanks, buddy. See ya. Oh, we're on. Ate it off the wall. We are hooked up. Oh, not a bad fish. God, he's putting up a fight. Is that a spot? It might be. Oh my God. Woo! Mean fish, very mean fish. God, he has no quit. Get up here. Yes. Is that a largie? Oh my gosh. What are you? Spotted bass, largemouth? What are you? Oh, barely hooked. Gosh, look at that. I think it's a largie. All right, well, right here, we might have a new biggest fish of the day. A nice largemouth. I'm talking absolutely crushed the spinnerbait up shallow. Beautiful fish, super green. He's actually got some like spots on the top of his head. So very interesting fish, but man, was he mean and did he put up a crazy fight. Seems like the spinnerbait has him fired up and it's been catching him. Let's see, maybe you guys can see that little spot on the top of his head, but super unique fish, very feisty. Let's get him back and let's see if we can't catch a few more. So we're keeping things very simple. We're finding some shade because not only is it nice for me, but the fish seem to still be shallow. And then all we're doing is tossing the spinnerbait up there and they're crushing it. So I'm probably gonna keep going down this bank line. I'm gonna fish with the spinnerbait as long as possible while we have these nice areas. There's real rocky spots with some shade and the fish are hanging around. There's a lot of bait, so I feel good. Hopefully, we're improving in size, so hopefully we can find that really big one that we want. Yeah, that last fish, as soon as I threw it up shallow, he just smoked it. I guess they sit up there and just kind of go back and forth and feed. Oop, there's one. We're hooked up. Oh my God. Dude, they're fighting so hard. There we go. They are crushing the spinnerbait today. Get up here. Yes, another spotted bass. Whoa. Spinnerbait. Oh, he just jumped back in. He almost took my head off and then he fell back in. Wow, quick release, baby. Woo! We're on them. That feels really good, actually, to know that we started off this morning. Not, I wouldn't say terrible. I mean, we had some topwater bites. We had some follows on the swim bait, but then after that, I mean, we literally had no action, not even a bite. Caught one on the Texas rig, and after that, not even a nibble. And then to pick up this and find a little pattern is super cool, and they are crushing it. Oh my God, we're on. Instantly just started taking off with it. That was crazy. God, look how he ate that thing. That's a largie right there. All right, well, we started off catching some small fish, but we definitely have found a little bit of size. Look at that. God, he engulfed it. Beautiful fish. Look at that. Beautiful tail, beautiful fins, beautiful mouth. Just a beautiful bass all around. Check that out. Dude, I mean, I didn't even, as soon as I set the hook, he was way over there. Started taking off with the spinnerbait. They just cannot resist it today. Heck yeah, let's go. Let's get him back. Thanks, buddy. Whoop. There's one. We're hooked up. There we go. Not really what I'm looking for, but hey, we'll take him. I've been catching a little bit of everything today. Little, small, big, decent. I mean, he hit it just as hard. Tiny little fish, but man, he smoked it. A little largy. I mean, gosh, little spotted bass. Thank you, buddy. Whoop. We'll take what we can get. Any bite is a good bite. How about that? Nothing better than catching some fish, especially after you figured out a bite and they are just very consistent on it. Oh, we're hooked up. There's a fish. We're on. We're on. Right in the structure. Right where he should be. There we go, baby. We're hooked up. Get up here, buddy. Ooh, that's not a bad fish at all. Wow. Not a bad one at all. Well, right there we have ourselves another largemouth. Pretty decent one too. I mean, we have definitely found some bigger fish today. It started off, we were catching very small fish. I think our first fish of the day was literally like this big. And now we have been upgrading to some beautiful largemouth, very aggressive as well. And they're still pretty shallow and they're still crushing the crankbait. They're crushing the spinnerbait. That's where they're crushing, but we are fishing around a lot of water inflow points like Deep Dive said, and I've been kind of stalking the map and looking for areas that have some inflow points, and these fish are hanging around chasing some bait, and they're obviously eating. You know, it is just always great when a plan comes together. I mean, we started off this morning throwing topwater baits. We got a few bites, nothing crazy, not a big fish. And then it kind of slowed down. We threw around the swim bait, had a ton of follows, had some big follows, no bites, no eats. And then we went biteless there for a while. I picked up the worm, caught a 10-inch fish, and then it was super slow. I was so bored of dragging a Texas rig, so I decided, let's go fish something completely opposite and throw a different bait, and they have been munching it ever since. So we have found a little pattern. We're gonna keep cruising down this bank line and hope to find some bigger fish, but we have had a decent size today. I feel like at this spot, the specific area of the fish are bigger than anywhere else on the river. So hopefully we can find that big one. Oh, we're on, we're hooked up. Ooh, not a bad one. Not a bad one at all. Oh yeah, stay on. Oh my God. He came back up for it after he got off too. Oh my God, that's a good fish. Wow. Wow, that was crazy. Woo, man, that is just, they are just eating this thing. Like, it's crazy how hard they're hitting the spinnerbait. Never had a spinnerbait bite like today. Like, back to back. I just missed him. Oh my God. This is insane. Got him again. God, it's a good one. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Dude, they're hammering it. No. Get up here. Oh my God. That could possibly be a new PB. That has got to be very close to my spotted bass PB. Wow. Look at that. We lose a big one, we catch another big one. Holy crap. What the heck? Literally back-to-back bites of good fish. That's crazy, dude. Oh, right underneath the turtle I just got a bite. Oh my God. Oh, he came back. He came back. Oh my God. Oh my God, that's insane. That is insanity. Get up here. Oh my God, we are just smoking the giant spotted bass today. What is going on? That is insane. Look at what he did to the spinnerbait. Look how bent out it is. Oh my God, look at that thing. I wanted just to get back in the spot, so I put the other one in the live well. I think I'm about to put this one in there as well. Let's see how many we can get. He bit it and then came back for it. Look right here, water inflow point, and it's pushing out. You can see all the stuff. That's a perfect place for it to sit, right there. Everything comes out right here, and it just sits there and picks it off. Woo! Go ahead and grab, what is this, a plastic bag? Grab this plastic bag up out of here. There's one. We're hooked up. Got him. Get up here. Oh, 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 oh. Come here. We're fishing a tournament right now. This guy right here would keep. And we've caught some decent fish today. So honestly, I don't think we'd be doing too bad. This is my favorite part of the river. I mean, it always just holds fish. Thanks, buddy. Oh, we're on. There we go. Crushed it. He's running right at me. Oh, I thought he was big, man. Whew, I thought he was big. Not a bad one, though. He's putting up a good fight. Not terrible, not terrible. Look at that. Water inflow point. You can see the little waterfall. And it's just going right there, just pushing all that bait fish and oxygen out. Thank you, buddy. See ya. Right where Deep Dive said they'd be. We've caught one, or at least had a bite on every water inflow point that we went to today. Oh, we're on. Right there. Right there by the bridge. Okay. Interesting. I did not think I was gonna get bit right there. Hey, buddy. How did you even get hooked? What the crap? I hooked him from like the outside of the mouth. I thought that was a fish, but I thought it was somebody's line. It's like it felt like a bite, but thanks, bud. Well, right there are two biggest spotted bass of the day. We have some absolute studs. I mean, these fish are gorgeous, and one of them, oh, fish slapped the camera. One of them might be my new PB, but two beautiful fish, fought really hard. Some of my biggest spotted bass on the river today. Super sick. We're gonna, gosh, can you stop hitting the camera? We're gonna weigh them and we're gonna get them back. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get our two spotted bass out and we're actually gonna weigh them. I have never weighed my personal best spotted bass, so I think we go ahead and get a number. So whenever we catch another big one, we have a number to beat. So I actually don't know which one's bigger. They're both pretty nice fish. So we're gonna go ahead and weigh both of them and see what we can do here. The scale is saying it is 122 degrees outside right now. 1.78. Looks a lot bigger, but you know, the spotted bass just don't weigh as much as the largemouth. So good fish, very healthy, fought really hard. He's still fighting me right here, and just a beautiful fish. That fish literally went straight down into the depths, and I do not blame him. It is so hot right now. Let's go ahead, weigh our second one, and we're gonna get up out of here because it is hot. 1.91. It's crazy because they just look so much bigger than they actually weigh, but that's just how it is. The largemouth are usually a lot heavier. These guys just look so fat that you think they'd weigh more, but not a bad fish at all. I've never seen that before. Transducer hot, sonar disabled. Well, let's just say that the weather is hot. It is officially summertime. We were out here working our butts off to get some bites, and it started off decent this morning, nothing crazy. Then it got very slow. That summer heat when that sun first rises is just very tough on not only me, but the fish. And then right now it's hot, but we do have a nice breeze, which has kind of made today a little bit better. You know, it's more, I can actually stand this, but it is still pretty hot out here. I am drenched right now, and the sun has just been beating me down all day, and it will take a lot out of you. But we had an insane day. Lots of good bites, lots of good fish, which is surprising. I've been wanting to catch some bigger fish out here, and today I felt like we finally got a good little mix of some nice fish. Not the ones I'm looking for. I still want bigger, but it is a step up and an improvement from the little ones that we have been catching. But if you guys want to see more river videos, make sure to drop a comment down below. If you guys want to see anything on the river, I'm talking anything, also drop that down below. And if you guys want to check out Deep Dive, who helped us get on some fish today, they will be linked down below in the description. And I'm about to get up out of here, get into the truck, turn the AC on full blast, head home, and crank out this video for you guys. But it was fun to get out here. I love the river. It's one of my favorite places ever, and it's just fun to get out here and catch some fish. So if you guys enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Stay fishing.